stand by for manual transmission. In 3, 2, 1.
So, what you just witnessed was me doing a freestyle whitewater race in Kayak VR Mirage's new Soča Valley DLC.
Smell you later, losers! Ha ha! Ha ha!
For those like me who aren't very knowledgeable about European geography, this is located here, in the Alps on the border between Slovenia and Italy. As you can see, the DLC runs good, looks great, and is super duper fun. The only thing I have to complain about at all are those new arms and bodies they added. I guess some folks might find them more immersive, but I think they're just weird and distracting. They kind of remind me of that Twilight Zone episode, the one where everybody's a mannequin, and I really wish the devs would add a button to let me turn those creepy bastards off. Overall, though, despite the creepy mannequin things, I give this DLC about 4.7 out of 5 woohoos. It's well worth the $8 asking price, and even bundled with the base game, this is a bargain at less than $30. The game is available on PC VR and PSVR 2, so if you have a VR-capable PC or a PlayStation and you like kayaking, get this now and thank me later. Okay, so here are a few more details on the DLC and thoughts on the game in general. This new venue is pretty big, and by necessity it's divided into two parts. I'm still exploring the areas, but from what I can tell, the whitewater section has at least 3 paths through, along with 3 different racing modes. So freestyle race mode is exactly what it sounds like. You get through the area first by whatever path. And that's it. Currently, I'm in the top 10 global standings for this event, so I can say with a fair amount of confidence that you'll want to take the first hard right and then just do an adequate job of steering to be competitive. Right now anyway. The other 2 racing modes are a bit more technical with gates you'll need to hit, etc. The slalom track is particularly challenging with strong currents, and it's nearly as hard as the Olympic course in the Kings Canyon level. The rest of this venue is calm water and pretty good sized, with lots of little branches and nearly hidden passages to discover. That said, you can probably find just about everything there is to see in the time it takes to get a pizza delivered. One common complaint about this game is that it looks pretty, but it has no content. I totally agree with the first part of that statement, but totally disagree with the second. This game is stunning in VR. And because of that, I think a lot of people want this to be some sort of kayak-themed, open-world exploration game. And when they find out how small the environments are, they get a bit disappointed and charge lack of content. But here's the thing, those environments were never intended to be the game's main feature. They're literally just backdrop for race courses and paddling around because first and foremost, this is a kayak simulator with an emphasis on realistic physics, not graphics, physics, and racing. Sure, there's fun to be had paddling around and seeing everything in each of the game's 5 areas. But if that's your main focus, you're apt to get bored pretty quickly since you can thoroughly explore everything in every level of the game in like 3 or 4 hours. If you're okay with visiting the same areas over and over, touring mode, just what it sounds like, and free roam will provide ample opportunities to relax in the pleasant but limited environs. I'm only going over this because dismissing the game as a beautiful tech demo with no content is unfair and objectively wrong. If you're a racer or a roamer, you'll return to this game often because you enjoy the act of kayaking itself. Once upon a time, I used to kayak for real a lot. Unfortunately, due to a health condition, I haven't been able to do that for about 12 years now. And that's probably a big reason why I love this game so much. As a kayak simulator, I can't say enough good things about this game. It may not be perfect, but it is pretty close. Whether I really dig in or just lightly drag my paddle blade, the kayak reacts the way I expect it to, the way I remember it did when I could do it for real. And there's the gameplay, and that's the content that keeps me coming back. And I guess that's really my main point and the reason I took the time to make this video. A lot of other folks covering the game are coming from the perspective of what a great VR experience this is, but mostly in terms of what it looks like. and I'm a lot more concerned about how the game behaves. And what it behaves like in this DLC is a whitewater kayaking trip in the middle of your office. And it's my firm belief that the world would be a much better, happier place if we all had access to one of those. Happy paddling, y'all!
You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation.